Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm gonna make a video on what's it like to daily this F30 335. Just a little car history. Before I had this car, I had a 2002 Mustang before this, and before that, after that, I had a 2008 G37. So this is the biggest car I had, and I like it. I always wanted a BMW. I was gonna get an M3, but I got this one with under 20,000 miles. So, I thought, it'd be more reliable than, a higher mileage M3. The M3s in my price range were around like 80,000 miles, and I wanted a sedan, which I feel like there's less of them too. I'm probably gonna get a 2003 M3 as my second.
Caution, red light, camera ahead.
Sorry about that. But what's it like to daily this 335? So when I got it, the biggest issue I had in the beginning is the run flat tires. When I looked at the Carfax,
Red light,
this
camera.
car had the run flats replaced a few months before I got this car at the dealership. It was serviced at the dealership, and they replaced, I think it said like 3 tires. So when I got this car, it had bubbles on 2 of the tires, which, I knew the tires were gonna blow. I got the dealership to lower the price so I can, offset it and buy new tires. So I replaced those tires. I think I had that bubble popped on the car, I think 3 days after I bought this car. So, but I ordered a tire on Tire Rack, had it here the next day, and it was no problem. So I hit a pothole maybe 2 months later, and the other tire blew. And since then, I think I replaced these run flats like 3 or 4 times. So I feel like these run flats, I guess there's sidewall holes in them, like much easier than normal tires. And I live in a Chicagoland area, so the roads are pretty bad. So right now I'm switching all the tires. Right now I have the rears switched to just normal tires, normal sports tires. And I feel like that's gonna solve the issue. So if you're buying a newer BMW, the run flats aren't that great. I feel like, you have flats on them a lot, and they're expensive tires. They're like $200 each. So another thing with this car, it's a pretty heavy car. My G37 was heavy also, but it was a coupe. It was a smaller wheelbase, so I feel like it was easier to toss around. This is a heavier car. You feel the weight, but I got the sports suspension in this one. This is the 335i Sport, and it handles pretty well, but you feel the weight. But besides that, I love this car. I wanted a bigger car as a daily. My G37 had no trunk space, so this is much better. It's also quicker than the G37. Just another issue I have with this car, the G37 had, I guess, a good exhaust note, like stock, and I put an aftermarket exhaust on it. It just made it better. This car is very quiet. As you guys know, there's a valve in this car that if you're above a certain RPM, the valve opens and it makes the exhaust sound much better, and that's how it sounds when you first start it up, when it's a cold start. But besides that, this exhaust is very quiet. What else? Yeah, this car accelerates very quickly. I have no issues with it. I've owned it for a year so far, and besides the tire issue, I had no issues with it. No, I guess nothing broke or anything like that. the warranty just expired, but I'm pretty handy with cars, so I didn't get an extended warranty or anything. So on my G37, any issue I had, which wasn't major, I just had to replace some of the suspension components. But besides that, the G37 was pretty dependable too. So I feel confident in myself. If anything breaks, I guess me and my friend will figure it out. But I feel like this car is also worse in the winter than my previous G37. I don't know why that is, but I feel like the G37 was bad in the winter, but this is even worse. Can't see past this SUV. There you go. But yeah, to daily this car, I haven't had any issues within the year. It's a comfortable car. It's got the sports suspension. It's not too stiff. It's still great to daily. It doesn't burn much gas. It burns less gas than my G37 did. That, I think I averaged like 18 miles to the gallon in that. And this, I average between 20 and 25. I think usually like 23 miles to the gallon, which is pretty good. But yeah, I'm happy with my purchase, but I'm gonna buy something smaller as my second car. Right now I have Gixxer 750, and I'm probably gonna sell that bike next year and get myself an M3 or a 2001 SVT Cobra. But yeah, overall, this is a great daily. If you guys are debating on these, they're awesome cars. The only modifications I have so far is the intake. And besides that, it's just like cosmetic. I replaced the grille and I added a spoiler. Besides that, it's stock. The next thing I'm going to do to this car is add a JB4 tune to it and an exhaust, which might come in the next 2 months. So yeah, this is how I feel about owning this car for my first year. I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks.